Now, while Freedom, a team still unbeaten, our next EPC boys volleyball squad has had a setback or two to start its 2025 campaign, fresh off a tournament at Hempfield High School, and before that, suffering its first loss of the season against Emmaus 1 week ago. However, this a Whitehall boys volleyball team with a ton of potential. A group that returns 3 true starters in guys like Andrew Sodal, Brandon Bird, and Cole Richards, but still a very young team that's excited to see the maturity as this season goes on. Growth has actually already been evident following its loss to the Hornets. The Zephyrs responded in a big way, downing its next EPC foe in Liberty. Whitehall winning via the 3-set sweep over the Canes, where junior Elias Camilla led with 11 kills in that victory. Whitehall enters its match tonight with Bethlehem Catholic at 2-1 on the year, looking for that 3rd victory and feeling good about where they're at this point in the season. Confident in its defense especially, as well as the experience it does have from those using some silver medals from 2024 as some motivation as well.
It was great because, obviously we wanted a better result against Emmaus, but going in against Liberty, we handled business the way we should have. We listened to our coaching cues, and we dealt with business the way we should have.
We don't take bad things with us. I like that a lot about us. We look at it one time, we know what we need to fix, and we get back at it right the next day in the lab. So we definitely want to keep that all year with us. May is when it matters. So right now, it's great to win, and it's great to get that confidence, but at the same time, we know when it really matters.
Coming off that tough loss to Emmaus to start, that's a well-rounded team. I heard them say 90% of their kids play club. We maybe have 50. 60. So, we know our ceiling is high. Just got to get them there.
The more reps we get, the better we'll get. I'm not worried about anything. They're a bunch of young guys, but they're a bunch of hard workers. So I highly doubt that we'll have any problems by the end of the season. And I trust my guys. I know they trust me, so that's all that matters.
We're a good defensive team. We look to get ourselves in a good defensive spot and then try and put ourselves in a good offensive position. But we have to work offensively for sure. And defensively, too, we have to keep working throughout the season.
I think defensively, might be our better team on the defensive side. Coach Bariner is doing a really good job with the defense. It's nice to have a guy that you could trust that is going to get it done on that end. And, I got to do a better job on the offense. I think we're struggling there a little bit, and, that's where we got to get better. So once we could terminate the ball a little bit better than we are, I think that's going to be, the difference where we are now till, May.
We've been playing since we were freshmen, basically all 3 of us, so we try to give pointers, give what the coaches have been teaching us for those years, and give them some advice on what they're doing. We played last year in 2 finals that we're sad that we didn't win, but we're going to try and push this year. So,
yeah, the locker room definitely feels different. Everyone wants to learn, get better every day, so that's definitely a good thing. Even the older kids, we don't take anything for granted. Last year, 2 silver medals. It's definitely sticking with me a little bit. Chip on our shoulder, so hopefully that helps us, give us our edge.
So you've heard all of them really mention the month of May. This is a team that has high expectations for themselves each and every year, no matter who is on the floor, and that's the case yet again here in 2025. Zephyrs with their eyes set on their first league and district crown since 2019. Up first, though, they'll have to worry about Bethlehem Catholic. Whitehall will be on the road tonight against the Golden Hawks before finishing up the week with a home match against Southern Lehigh. And the Pates and Zephs will actually meet up next week on Wednesday.